are the keys to heaven. Pope is coming out in the car, Pope car. The wind is terrible. Nuns were very helpful in giving us directions to the building that has the word propaganda on it. Now we're at the Spanish Steps. Back in 1968, Abe and I stayed down there to the right for $15 a night with 2 meals. These are the Spanish Steps. And the Villa Bergazza is up there. This is the famous tea room over here. This is on the wall to the right as you go up the steps. Now we're up higher. And this house over here on the left is where Keats died. Right there. Now we're at the top of the Spanish Steps, looking down. We're now up by the entrance to the church at the top of the Spanish stairs, looking out over the city. This is inside the church. Those are the Borghese Gardens down there to the right. This is inside the garden. This is taken from the Borghese Gardens, and that's the church that we were just in at the top of the Spanish Steps. This is Victor and Emmanuel. We have been looking very hard for this building, and it's as you come down the Spanish Steps, it's to the left. Abe has been wanting to find it. It has propaganda. And this is evidently, this building is part of the Vatican. Now, if we, there's a statue, if we turn from this building and go right down this street, to the right will be the Spanish Steps. Abe just said this is not the building that he's thinking of. It's good, but the other one has to be at the Vatican, and it's carved directly across the building. Back at the Spanish Steps, they're right here on the right. Go up to the right. This is the 14th of April. We're back at St. Peter's Square. Evidently they're decorating for Easter. And over here, they're evidently cleaning off doing some cleaning here. Throngs of people. They're actually planting these olive trees. There's sod over there to the left. The picture is taken from the top of the dome. You climb up, must be 1,000 stairs. We're taken from this point up here. This is where I walked around and took pictures of the city. Michelangelo designed the dome. I don't think it was finished before he died. Still inquiring about the etching of the propaganda. They all say it's the one we saw yesterday down at by the Spanish Steps. I find this very interesting. Sunny make-believe. Now at the Borghese Gardens, and this is a statue of Goethe. This is the Museo Borghese, absolutely magnificent. There are many museums inside the park, but this is the main one. We just walked from the Borghese Gardens down the Via Veneto, and we're now at the Trevi Gardens. The Trevi Fountain, rather. And I were here in 1968. It was empty. I walked down here. There were very few, if any, tourists. Trevi Fountain. hotel. This, of course, is the Colosseum. This is all part of the Roman Forum. You can see down here to the right, that's Victor Emmanuel monument right here.
Mamma no, l'abbiamo persa per sempre, noi...
Terrible how it's beginning to crack. Abe and I were here in 1968. We could walk in any time. Colosseum, we went in as we were walking at 1 o'clock in the morning. See the moon. No tourists. This is St. Peter's in Vincoli. St. Peter in chains.
C'est la basilique Saint-Pierre. Pigeon aussi. C'est le bord complètement de l'autre côté de la rivière. That is safe.
And his tomb is over here. Roman Forum. This is Constantine's Arch. And this is a demonstration by the students pro-Palestine against what Israel is doing. Metro in Rome at the Colosseum. Look at the graffiti. This is the next train, and there's no graffiti on it. We have just arrived in Spilo, and that's Abe with Stephen as the head. We're going up to his apartment. This is the 16th of April. Yeah, I'm fine. I just slipped over there. I'm fine. Just take that. I'm fine. Stephen said he's been sitting here for days and days. Of course, the wind is blowing now.
For you, yes, yes.
But just charming.
And see this villa in the distance? That's a deserted villa, and my friend, she lives at the end. See that little wall in front of the brain?
Yes.
That's the garden. And it's only, I haven't a clue. Isn't it? But I just had to show you this. Now, the other night, after a terrible storm, we got up in the morning and all the mountains were covered with snow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, dustings, just dusting.
Oh, this is
and go round, walk round to the place, you'll see. This I can show you.
Hi. Sunday morning. is so cute.
Let's gossip. I always keep something. That's right.
To the last.
Oh, I didn't want to know that. And
Come
they
on,
told
pronto, pronto.
you? Okay.
Cheers.
When are we meeting, Stephen?
Wednesday,
At
10 o'clock,
10:30?
10:30.
Can one of you guys listen to this?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, 10:30
We go to the market.
at the Market Bar.
In the coffee shop.
Yes.
10:30.
Okay.
I like it very much. But just still. But I
We're walking back from having coffee.
Oh, very
7 Up.
interesting. And they all meet together.
7 Up.
7 Up, yeah.
Ah, there's lots of very long.
Well, maybe they fit.
This is Sunday afternoon, and this is the 17th of April, and we've climbed way up on this hill to Montefalco, where we're going to have lunch.
I'm pressing on a bit to get to the lunch.
The hotel and restaurant evidently is over there. This is the restaurant. He said that it's not so grand, but the food is wonderful. We just had lunch at this wonderful, wonderful restaurant. It was really delicious. Easter eggs. And this is upstairs, the restaurant. Just came up these steps. And the cheeses. And this is the restaurant outside. It was just excellent.
Because they've got to get it from here anyways, it seems to me. So keep an eye out, is what I'm saying.
Will it have stallone on it?
So no, it's just olive oil soap, which they have in there. But the milling on this is like, you know what French milling is, where they really put on the prolific pressure so that the soap, Frenchmen being cheapskates, want it to last forever, and it's just marvelous. So if I could find some, I'd buy a suitcase for it.
Would you? All right, we'll look out. Gene, I can't ask it. Quanta cost of the bill? How much was it?
Thousands.
4,000 pesetas.
Lots.
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 No.
Does that mean we're forever in your debt?
I want to see the bill.
The lots.
The age of this square, you know, it's pre-sewerage, pre-electricity, pre-telephones, just horses and carriages and the bell. See? Probably pre-Catholicism. I don't say these buildings would be pre-Catholicism, but it's interesting.
This is the restaurant where we ate.
You could drop all the markings. Of course, you're so intelligent. Shouldn't it be grand? Would be lovely. It would be special.
And this is the church, which has a museum next to it. Wait a minute, not now.
The Church of St. Francesco is now part of the town's worthwhile museum, which also exhibits contemporary art, archaeology, and some wine paraphernalia.
We're in Montefalco, and this is looking over at Spello.
Sebastiano is the mountain at the back. I'm not pronouncing it perhaps correctly.
This is Spello.
Straight ahead. Let's have a look.
We went to receive the latest.
This is another small church chapel in Montefalco. This was the church I just came out of.
We went all around, but on the far right, no, we didn't.
And this is where I took the picture of Spello. Right through here. Can't see it for the cars. There it is over there. We just walked up here. There's a, this is back in Spello. There's a pipe and there's a mountain stream that runs year-round. And people come here to get their water. Pure water to drink. And this is the aqueduct road. There's an aqueduct right here.
Lie in it like this. The whole.
This is the entire thing is the aqueduct here on our left.
Aqueduct goes for miles and brings water in Roman times down into Spello. And this has all been here since the Romans, put in by the slaves or engineers or whatever. And there's a little plaque here on the wall. And it goes on for miles. It's beautiful. It tilts up, and I think it's so wonderful that they could work out the gradients to keep the water flowing.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing. So we've seen today Renaissance paintings, the Renaissance 15th century, and we go right back here to Roman times. Wonderful. So neat.
These are all olive trees. There are olive trees everywhere, and vineyards.
It's better. We'll come back here in the morning when the sun is on it. There's sun, Gene.
Right.
We have sun.
Okay.
So.
And there are poppies all along the roadside.
So wonderful.
And more poppies. This is the spot where people get water, where we just got water. Runs constantly.
Enthusiastically enacted festivals and palios in the year underline the town's fascination with the past. Even in high summer, Gubbio rarely feels overrun with visitors, contrasted with some industrial developments in the plain below. The town, the high hills rising to the east, which culminate in the Parco Regional de Monte Carlo, are a cool escape in the wilderness. Now there is a funicular between us to
This is Gubbio, and it's the 13th century. And this is the church.
Snatch your bag.
Not in this town. I could in Venice. I have to be warm. The sun's not sunshine. Vince always says to me, I'll be your confession. Now we embrace.
There.
And then we do this.
Ah,
This way and turn the
So you see, your Australian accent threw her off.
Hey, it's nice that you look out and see nature.
Yeah. Well, if you turn around, Gene, and look up on that hill, that looks like a Roman structure with like a cave. Can you see it? Way up now. Look way up. See that?
Right.
It looks like a bit of an arch in an entryway.
right.
So what I do, I ask, and then I go with the
Abe.
Yes.
Building the piazza was agreed. Despite the gigantic palazzo thingamabob, here we go. Oh, here we go. We're still not there.
Niente, se penso che la giocata la mia professionista.
Now we're at the top of that street in the square. It's the Piazza Grande. Looking out over Baggio from the Grand Square.
Problem in Russia. They probably changed it now. It was all
Mono-Russian.
This is 14th century.
These toilets, these wouldn't be for peeing, would they?
No, no, I must say, those are for distillation. If you put hot water boiling there, and material that you want to distill out, you end up boiling it, it distills off, comes up, that acts as a condenser, and down it comes into that. So if you make oil of rose, for instance, you fill this up with rose petals and water, put it on a stove or some kind of flame, heat it up, the volatiles come out, starts dribbling. And you could make booze that way too.
Okay.
This building contains the Musico Civico, as well as the art gallery and the archaeological museum. The 60-metre tall Palazzo di Consoli towers over the town. Through the stars of the show are the famous taverne, also known as Campanile. Onward. Well, it was a palazzo. Other attractions include fantastic views from the top of the tower, some good Gothic art and even some medieval toilets. Steps from the Piazza Grande rise to the main entrance where we've come, to a huge barrel vaulted Sala de assembly room, which is now the home of various fragments of stone from Umbria. This was a palazzo. It's called it's Palazzo di Consoli.
Piazza di Consoli. And we're taking this, I'm taking this video from the top of the palazzo.
Which we won't walk to.
Looking across, we think that is probably the church. We're going up to the Duomo, the church. We're at the Duomo. It's behind me. Taken from the door of the church.
Duomo. Up the hill in a quiet part of the town, Gubbio's Cathedral has an unusual wagon-vaulted ceiling with small side chapels of a single nave. It was probably designed by Giovanni da Gubbio.
We're now going back down from the Duomo. This was the palace where we were. And I took pictures from here. And this is the old Roman theater. This is from the parking lot where we parked the car all day, and we walked up to the top. This is another little town called Todi, T-O-D-I. This is a school.
Ma già stavano insieme, poi sono lasciati.
Sono lasciati e poi si sono incontrati e praticamente scoppiato di
We're going to eat here. Very good. Grazie.
You see, they had lamb with artichoke on yellow con carciofi. Wonderful. They had lamb with artichoke. It's not easy to do that.
All these beautiful little streets.
Don't think I wanted to come here because I've been here. I wanted you to see what it was like.
Piazza del Popolo, within the Duomo, at one end of the three 13th century palazzi.
We're walking up to the top of Tadi. This is quite a climb. Previous shot was taken right down where that truck is going. Down the street.
Get a haircut.
We're now at the top. This is the square. This is taken from the top of Toddy.
Here's hit. Here's
That's because of exactly what happened. How it happened, yet another.
This old girl that was chopping up parsley. And I said to her, I'll show you an easy way to chop parsley. And she was not amused. Come on.
Did she know English?
Nah.
Did she understand?
The teacher translated. Now I want this sort of thing about trees.
Now you see what I'll teach you is this. For group, C-O-R-Y-P-H-A.
How you can remember?
Now, the corypha, you see where the flowers are about to come out, the inflorescences? They
Yeah.
look like a wrist
Yes.
coming
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
That's where the floral parts will come out.
So they will have a flower.
Absolutely, they have perfect flowers. They may not have petals.
No, but they
That palms do have,
bloom.
flowers, but they frequently don't have petals, or the things that most ordinary people identify with floral parts.
Now, they go very. We had 3 at Alton, 3 large trees, and they used to go a lovely red in autumn.
Well, I don't know if these are going to go red, but they are looking
But a bit the colour of this, but it's not ruby red. Look at birds like this in England.
You know?
Is that all right?
This is the view from the front of the porch, standing right in front of the doors, in front of the church. Dates from the 12th to the 1400s. The church. We're on the way to the market in Spello. This is Wednesday morning. This is a square. We're going to meet Julie and have coffee first. This is the JF Kennedy Piazza.
Now, tell it with more. In London,
This is the market in Spello.
Sabato scorso, quando percorre lo stilotto su. C'ho i testimoni, non è faccio il marito geloso, Allora, guarda, un limone, una cuffiola,
Auguri,
Ciao, auguri. Grazie.
Make sandwiches.
Tonight,
This is the best pork shop in Spello. So we're going up to Julie's, and her place is, there's the water, where they get the water. And these are the steps going up to her place. This is Julie's.
Yeah, we're here. Thank you, love. Thank you.
Here we are at
Hello,
Julia's.
Salvo. How are you?
He's a good boy.
Hi, Salvo.
Necklace.
You know Stephen?
Pardon?
I'm talking to Salva. You know Stephen?
Hey, Mondo Cani.
Come and say hello and meet the new friends.
So this is looking over Spello from Julie's garden. Or from Spello, rather. Over the valley. The line through Spello means you're leaving Spello. And if you look over here, you can look up and see Spello up on the hill.
I know.
Yeah, we put this up because we're a bit early for the season and it's a bit hot.
There's Spello over here.
Eye contact.
This is
It's
Julie's.
camera.
Are you there?
With the camera,
We're there.
I mean with the camera.
Here, now look one more time. Smile. Say whiskey.
Whiskey.
That's how to
Is
get
it
the
whiskey, is it?
That's
Hey, you're
how you
smiling, darling.
That's how you get the smile, you see. Whiskey.
Oh,
More, one more.
Oh, that's enough.
Well, we won't waste film, will we? One more time.
Now you need to
Oh,
take
Jill, look at me.
You need
Advanced in a Jack Russell.
I think he's got some Jack Russell in him.
He might.
Ah, that's funny.
Okay, guys.
This is a very small village, way up above Spello.
I'll find a table near the band. I suppose if you lived in Rome, you could have a little place to escape to up here would be nice.
It's a long way to come. You know what I would prefer? What would you prefer? Is that you locate some place.
We're now at Capolino, which is about 3 miles above Spello.
But the garden, Pella, when I came here, you know, you walked into her garden and there was grass up to here, right? Because winter. She got a bloke in, they took down the dead big tree and cut the grass. And then I went round on my hands and knees, all the paths, weeded the paths.
Spello would be on the other side
2
of
days
here.
I worked in
But
it.
that's nice that you did
to get
a
it-
Scotch scrum.
To do your photography, I'm going to just sit here and dream. Made a mistake. They didn't speak English, so they took it all away.
Stephen talking about his haircut.
Yes. Oh dear. I've heard so many women say, I know it's a bit tight, but it'll grow out. Well, where else can we go and get coffee?
I don't like people who put their hands up in restaurants. She did the other day. Two steaks, 2 salads, 2 ice creams, 2 coffees, always coffees, and the bill. I've been through too.
This is Stephen discussing his experience in England working for Strauss Turnbull.
I arrived in London and I took a bus from the airport. And I told Ronald, I'll be the bus leaves. I'll be at the airport at 9 o'clock. Well, do you realise that bus went to every hotel in London before I got off? And I got off the bus and he's standing on the street. Where have you been? It's ridiculous. What do you mean you've been 9 o'clock? And look at the time, it's 10:30. Where do you think? Screaming at me. My God. Oh my God. Come on. Turn it off. We'll go somewhere else. We'll go down the hill now. What's at the top of Mount Sebastian? We could go up there, I suppose. Gene, come on, we know you're very good. I found the janitor dead on the floor.
That I didn't hear.
Oh, I came in from a concert and the janitor was dead on the
He
floor.
had a heart attack.
Yes, I found him, got the ambulance and everything. These things that happened to me. So I've got the police wanting me to stay to give evidence at the inquest. I've got the other lot,
Trying to throw you out.
throw
of
me out, and I was in the middle. Unbelievable. And Ronald took his boat. He was away in the Kiel Canal, wherever that is. He'd gone off in the yacht. And Ronald said, well, I'll pay your fare home and come back. But I wanted to get home and never come back. So and he wanted me to take the Irish citizenship and stay. but I defied him, and he's screaming on the phone. I was in the office, it was very embarrassing, and Mr. Jackson saying, "Stephen, I think perhaps you've done the wrong thing. Get me, come back on immediately, you've got to go out. Jack, give me Jackson. Get him a return ticket to Australia." Oh, unbelievable. Come on, honey, you're wasting your film. We're going somewhere.
This is April 20th. It's about 7 o'clock and we're just going out for a walk to see the sunset. This is in Spello.
Okay, turn around and say hello. Say hi. Stephen, say hello.
All up and downhill. Up we go and down we go. So this is I just turned to the left and saw this outside this door of a house.
You have to have a balcony. That's why I'm looking for going back to the other
Just looking in this window, look at the Easter eggs hanging on the twigs or whatever. This is Julia's villa where we were for lunch today, right there.
Now,
So Steve said the door to the right is the door to the restaurant.
yeah.
And in a few days they will bring the
Chairs
food,
out here.
chairs out here.
And we will eat
And,
here
yeah.
in the evening. Outside. But they don't do it until a certain date. Ah, that's the end.
Again, that's Julia's house, right in the center.
And when these days that I was on my own, I would come round here to see the sun setting. I would stay on my little terrace until the sun went behind, and I'd put on my tea gown and walk around. I'm always dragging you that little bit further, which I feel ashamed of. You have to walk to that corner there to look up to a house that was for sale for 1.2 million. But I think it's a little bit large. That's Assisi gun straight ahead, and that's a basilica. So Assisi is not very far away.
Oh,
You
I
can
see it way.
Assisi.
This is Assisi over here. And we'll go there. When are we going there? Tomorrow?
Yeah, no, we're going to Siena tomorrow.
We're going to Siena tomorrow, and this is Assisi.
There we go!
These are all olive trees.
Oh! Ready! There we go! There we go!
This gentleman's family, he said, was from Tasmania. Stephen was considering buying this at 1.2 million. The chapel up here. Good.
Stephen thought this is a new arch, and I'm saying I'm positive it's quite the opposite. It's an ancient arch. They've done excavating, and you can see it right down here. They've got a glass floor.
So where you can see below. It's a very old arch. Below. Another doorway as we're walking along.
I'll do a best. I'll do a best.
And what is that?
At the back of Monte Carlo, St. Paul de Vence, that's another building.
We're walking back home.
Rising glorious and immortal to heaven, perhaps? The ascension? No. Doesn't look right to me.
This is the rehearsal for the concert in a few minutes. It'll start in a few minutes. In Spello. So we're walking back after a wonderful concert. Just a wonderful concert. There are many little restaurants and wine tastings along the road. Another restaurant.
Underground, yeah, underground gallery down there. And this guy is Norberto.
This is the gallery that Jill's saying we must go into.
In front of the church.
Right, I saw that.
It's under the church.
But you should go in there and just have a look at
Free entry.
yeah, this and it goes way down underneath. Amazing.
It's nice by night, isn't it?
It's nice anytime.
Well, it's not,
But it's nice.
and look at all the pasta here. Better have good-looking waiters and waitresses because otherwise they simply selling there.
David for all your people No, well, we're going to do a trip tomorrow. We'll have to do somewhere. Go somewhere.
Go to Bavaria.
Oh well, that's a little one, yes.
Yeah.
But we'll have to go. We'll have to go to Perugia, or we'll have to go to Siena. We thought Siena far.
I commented that little boy in front of us was very well behaved.
Yes, wasn't he?
This is Siena. We're just going to the old part of the city. This is where we came from. We parked the car over there. And now we're... This is a square in Siena. And this is Venetian Gothic.
Bandini. B-A-N-D-A-N-I. Bandini. I don't know. Mario. No one
And this is Romulus and Remus.
Però si è fermato lì.
The aroma of food is just wonderful. Really, just
Well, now with Siena, it's a very interesting city. There are all areas of the city that are very loyal to one another, like we have our football teams. They have their areas that, and they have this race here, and they all put in their respective horses that run around this wonderful square, which they fill. They cart in all this soil to make it like a racetrack, and then whoever wins the race, they then all follow their team back to their respective core areas of the city, and they have a church a service like a benediction or something, and it's supposed to be a sign that that area is going to have good fortune for the next year. But this city, of course, in its heyday, it was a rival Florence, but of course nothing was as great as Florence. And they did have a big setback here, a plague, and there's 30% of the city people died. But this Il Campo, this area, it's not really a square. It's like the centre of town. It's just absolutely beautiful. The symmetry of all the buildings and the way it's all kept in order. I just love it. It's wonderful.
these are the flags for different areas of Siena, the city.
Colour's wonderful.
Imagine walking in these shoes.
Aren't they gorgeous? Wonder. Wonder. Just sent me a text. I'll read it to you. She's so straight. Oh, did I say that?
This is the cathedral in Siena. This is the street going up the side of the cathedral. This is the baptistry. Stephen had to go upstairs to buy a ticket. He'll be back in a minute to get into the baptistry. This is the baptistry. This is just part of the floor in the baptistry. is the descent from the cross. Walking up to go in the Duomo. This is Romulus and Remus outside the cathedral. And this is the cathedral.
It's always interesting how they have vegetarian Jesus. White.
And again, the statue of Romulus and Remus. And this is inside the cathedral.
Non hai visto però dentro non l'hai visto, vale? E non hai visto nemmeno il cimitero, l'ospedaleto, che accanto, nella piazza accanto c'è il cimitero dove c'è il tombe.
così nella basilica inferiore c'era
This is looking back to the back of the church. And this is the Last Supper.
Di non usare flash. Please, the visitors are kindly requested to keep silence, switch off mobile phones, and not to take photographs.
Noemi, qual è il abside? Quello l'abside. E vedi l'abside è rovinato.
This is another small chapel. And this is the floor outside the chapel. This is the massacre of the innocents.